about some K-pop drama, you know, the festival that happened in Lagos, from music to dance. It was amazing. The winner going away with 500,000 naira. And then we talked about the man who wanted to be a dog. That's the best way to put it. Now, I wanted to talk about films. Now, you know how you watch a movie and then, you know, maybe a scene is being played and then there's a song in the background, and all of a sudden you feel something damp on your face and you realize that you're crying, you're in actual tears. That is the power of music behind movies. That's the power of a soundtrack. Various award shows, from the Oscars to the Golden Globes, they all have categories for soundtrack, original score. Here in Nigeria, the AMVCAs have a very similar category. Guess who the latest winner was? Kent Edunjobi. Now, he is a prolific musician, songwriter, sound engineer, starting his journey all the way back in 2010. Now, he's worked on various projects, the most popular one being the fact that he recently worked with stars like Bez, Niola, Pasuma, Kunle Afolayan as well. He's also produced soundtracks for movies like Citation and Swallow. He joins us on Arise 360 today to speak on the genres he's done. You know, over 60, from R&B to jazz. How does all of this culminate into the sound that we all know and love, even earning him an AMVCA award? For reference, here's one of our favorite tracks by the star. I connect to it, but I don't understand what it's saying. But I feel like my spirit does. You know, I get it, but I don't speak the language. Do you know that is really, really powerful?
Yeah, sure. Because really, that's the power of music. Music is just more than, for me, music is more than lyrics, it's more than the notes. I mean, it's just a combination of, you know, the right notes and the right lyrics, the right mood, the right ambience. Music is spiritual, really. It's spiritual, and that is why, even if you don't understand the lyrics or you don't understand the language, you know, in which the song is being done, you can still connect to the spirit, you know, behind the song, and that's really the essence.
Me on the show today, I love your music. I like talking about music that I love. These days, I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about things that I think people should know about, like your sound. Now, congratulations on winning the AMVCA for Best Soundtrack, Best Soundtrack Artist. I know that's a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, though, Kent, I don't know why we're just meeting. You know, if not for the AMVCAs, how would I have known that you have such a beautiful sound? Walk me through the challenges of just being out there. You've worked on very, very, very big projects, but oftentimes it looks like the people in the back, like the soundtrack, for instance, the sound engineer, we hardly get to talk about them.
Oh, well, I think it's because of the kind of society we find ourselves in. But one thing I'm really happy for, and I'm grateful for, is the fact that you know, there is a paradigm shift now. People are beginning to, I mean, movie makers, filmmakers are beginning to see that aside from, you know, paying attention to just the pictures and, you know, the cameras and all that, you know, the post-production side, we're beginning to realize that there is also more to it. I mean, we're beginning to understand and to take advantage of the power of music, just like we said earlier, you know, talking about music being spiritual. So I think the filmmakers that we have right now, they're beginning to use that as a tool as well to drive the message behind their film, and it's really working. It's really working, and I guess that is. I don't think it was like that way before. I mean, or probably maybe much attention wasn't given to music or soundtrack for movies then, but right now I can tell you that there's a shift and people are beginning to, you know, get their attention towards that side, and that is why, okay, and Anikulapo AMVCA is, I mean, it's what it is.
Absolutely. So now I want to get into your brain a little. What's the process like? You know, every time I watch a film and I hear the music, it's so intriguing how every single chord, every single beat aligns to what is happening. And I'm like, is this coincidence? Like, how does this work? Do you like work together? Is the music produced before the acting happens, or the acting happens first and then you look at it and then you're like, okay, you know what? I know exactly what I want to create for this. The creative process behind what you do, what is it like?
Oh well, for everybody, we all have our creative process. But for me, I mean, I've said this over and over, and one of the things I like to do is first is to understand the script. So which means I read the script very well, and I try to understand it. Then, if possible, I try to be on set. So the reason why I'm going through this process is so that is not just me paying attention to just the side of the music side of things or just the lyrics. Is also trying to connect to the emotional side of the film. If possible, even try to connect with some of the actors and actresses on set, you know. So after that, then I sit down with my team, we discuss about the mood. You have to get the perfect mood to drive a particular scene and to tell a particular story. So if you have a good lyrics, but you don't have the right mood and how to attack, you know, your message, then you would lose that lose that emotions. But the right lyrics and the right mood of sound, the right peak of you know your tones, the production tones and everything. Then of course I have a sit down with the director to know, okay, what director or what angle do you want me to, you know, to attack the song from, and you know we sit down together and try to synergize. So at the end of the day, this is my own routine. So after doing that, then I go into my own my secret chambers, and I try to soak myself into the film, into the movie. So, but of course, like I said, it's first the script, then shooting, then you see the visuals, and you write into it.
Let's talk about you as an individual, you as an artist. You recently put out this viral work with Ima, oh my God, Ebenezer, that everyone's crazy about.
Yeah.
I love it. How would you describe your genre? I want to know.
Thank you.
How would you describe it?
Okay, so my genre, I do good music. I mean, conscious music, music that edifies the soul, music that that speaks of values, moral values. You know, I'm not the type of artist that wants to be boxed in one angle. I mean, I try to. I want my music to outlive me, and I want my music. I see my music as a tool. Music for me is not just oh I can sing, or oh I can play the instrument, or no, whatever it is you do in life, it's a means to an end, and that you have to be able to use it to influence your society. So for me, my music, I use my music to influence my society in a positive way. So talking about the song I did with Ima, oh my God, it's actually an original song that I wrote for my church choir. You know, and all of a sudden, I think we wrote the song and performed the song live sometimes last year, and we just kept it in the coffers. And somehow I stumbled on it, and I posted it on the social media, and all of a sudden, it went viral. So you know, in going viral, we tried to also take the song out of the White Garment Church where the song came from to make it generally accepted, because even already when the song came out and the song became viral, we had Muslims, you know, Muslims vibing to the song and personalizing the song. We had Christians, we had people from different backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and even ethnic backgrounds. So we decided to also take the song out of the confines of just the church alone and spread it. So that's why if you see the video, we have people who had Muslim attire, we have people who had Christian attire, we have people who were dressing hippie, and it's a conscious thing, just to breaking barriers. So and I'm really grateful for the acceptance. I mean, the Ebenezer cover has garnered over 1 million views on YouTube, and the live versions is having like 2 million plus views on YouTube, which is massive, man. I'm really grateful.
And I'm grateful for you too. I'm grateful for one thing in particular, creating a sound that everyone can relate to, you know, irrespective of your religion. There's something you mentioned earlier. You said you love to create music that makes you feel good, you know, edifies your soul. And I think that's the most important thing. As long as you can walk away listening to the song
Definitely.
and you feel great, I think you have definitely just done the work, you know. So Kent, well done on the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, now you've done this project,
so
I'm
much.
looking forward to what's next. So if there's one artist that you're thinking of, you never know, you really, really want to work with, who would that artist be?
Oh well, I mean, I have several artists that I would love to work with. Some already, I'm already. I mean, some of them we're already working in the studio together. But I would like to work with people like, I mean, an artist like Asha. I would like to work with Shola Alison. I mean, these are people who have used the music, you know, to influence the society positively. And I mean, they've done this over and over, and they're still doing it. And I mean, their consistency game is up there. So I mean, these are people I like to work with.
You're from your lips to God's ears. Kent, thanks a lot for joining me on the show today. Enjoy the rest of your day.